Alright, before we jump in, I've got to come clean. The title might have been a bit of a tease, but here's the thing. I'm head over heels in love with Las Vegas. It's my home, my playground, my little slice of paradise. However, I've got to keep it real with you because Las Vegas isn't, for everyone. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the nitty-gritty, the parts that might make some folks think twice before calling this dazzling city their home. So get comfy because we're going in depth to make sure you know exactly what you're signing up for with a move to Las Vegas. I've spent plenty of time singing praises about upsides of Las Vegas life, but balance is key. Making a move, especially to a city as unique as Las Vegas, is a big deal. It's my job to make sure you're armed with all the facts so that there is no room for regret down the road. So let's start with the topic everyone talks about when they talk about Vegas. It's the heat, right? It's not just a little summer sizzle, it's a blazing inferno that sticks around for months. If you're coming from somewhere 90 degrees is considered a scorcher, you might need a moment to kind of recalibrate. In Vegas, we're regularly clock temperatures past 100 degrees during the peak summer months from June to August. So it's not unusual for us to see the thermometer flirting with 110 degrees here and there. The heat here is a dry one though, which some say is easier to handle than the sticky, sweaty kind humidity. But let me tell you, when it's hot, it gets pretty hot. And it's something you'll want to consider if you're not a fan of scorching summer days. Now, if you're the type that sneezes at the mere mention of pollen, Vegas might have you rethinking your move. Twice a year, the city gets hit with allergy seasons that can knock your socks off. The dry air doesn't do us any favors. It's like a VIP pass for pollen, letting the waltz right into our lungs. Rage Reed is also the main culprit, but there's a whole lineup of other pollens that love to stir up trouble. The winds in our valley love to dance around, picking up pollen and swirling it through the air. So if your nose is sensitive, you might want to look up what's in the air before packing your bags. However, I come from California. My allergies were worse in California. Moving here, it's a lot better now. So it really just depends on what you're allergic to. Economically speaking, we've had our ups and downs. Those who lived here between 2008 and 2012 will tell you all about the Great Recession's grip on the city. Our economy took a serious hit, harder than many other places in the US, with our local economy so tied to tourism. When the strip is quiet, the ripple effects can be felt everywhere. Jobs, tax revenue, public services, you name it. But don't let that history dishearten you. Since then, we've been diversifying like crazy. While tourism will always be the heart of Vegas, we're not as vulnerable as we once were. Still, it's still something to keep in mind, especially if you're looking for stability in your next hometown. Healthcare is the next thing. Let's have a heart-to-heart about that. Our state's healthcare system isn't topping any charts, landing somewhere around 40th spot nationally. What's the big issue? Access to care is a tough one. With Nevada ranking low in the department, cost to it is another barrier. More people here skip out on care because it's just too pricey. We need more docs, that's for sure. As our population has bloomed, our medical resources haven't quite been able to keep up. It's not all gloomy though. There are top-notch hospitals and healthcare professionals in Las Vegas, and sometimes for specialized care, folks like me might take a quick trip to LA. It's close enough to make it doable. Like sometimes I still go back and see my primary care in California, and it's just a pretty quick drive, especially a quick flight back. So I'm Dallas TUNG, by the way, your friendly neighborhood real estate advisor and Las Vegas and Henderson area expert. If you're liking this honest, thorough rundown, do me a solid, hit that like, subscribe, and ring the bell so that you don't miss out on my upcoming videos. We've got more ground to cover here, so let's keep rolling. Here's a bright spot though. Nevada has no state income tax. More of your hard-earned cash stays in your pocket, but it's a bit of a give and take. Without the state income tax, other things like sales tax might be higher than you're used to. Here's where it stings a bit. The schools. Our public education system struggles with funding as a result. Doesn't shine as brightly as we'd like in national rankings, but there's a fuller picture to paint. Vegas is proud to be home to some superb private and charter schools. If education is top of your list, you've got options to explore. The next thing is temptation. It's a Vegas staple. Our city is the very definition of entertainment and extravagance. But it's worth mentioning if you've got a tough time steering clear of vices. This town might test your limits. From casinos to 24-hour parties, Vegas is temptation personified. It's an aspect of life here that shouldn't be underestimated if you're considering a move. Let's also don't forget that we live in a desert where water is precious. Lake Mead's water levels serve as a stark reminder of our need for conservation. But Vegas doesn't shy away from the challenge. We're leaders in the water conservation practices, yet this issue requires ongoing attention and action. At the end of the day, we conserve water really well and we use less than 10% of Lake Mead's water. However, this topic, I'll let the Water Authority give you the facts. I just personally do not think Nevada government is going to let this great city dry up. It's such an important city to Nevada. Car owners, listen up. Your car insurance rates, they're up there, and it's got something to do with the round-the-clock life Vegas and all the tourists sharing our roads. Gas prices are nothing to scoff at either, but they're often a notch above the national average. If you're all about green, both cash and the environment, an electric vehicle might be your best bet for zipping around town. Now that we've walked through some of the less sparky bits of living in Las Vegas, what do you think? Are you ready to embrace the heat, tackle the pollen, dive into the dynamic but sometimes unpredictable economy? I'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment below what you think, if this actually changed your mind, whether it's a question, your own Vegas story, or a quick hello. Before you head out, remember to check out my other videos for more insights into Las Vegas and the Henderson area. There's a whole lot more to talk about, and I'm just getting started. Thanks for hanging out with me today, and I'm excited to bring you even more Las Vegas life in the videos to come. So catch you in the next video. Thanks again for watching.